guys, welcome back to Mansell Media Corner, and today another retro year in terms of pop culture media. The year I'm covering today is an awesome year for films as well as iconic music videos and albums. But by the way, the year is 1983, so let's talk about some of the iconic films what came out, starting off with this classic film here, Octopussy, from this particular year. Then we've got one of my all-time favourite Star Wars films, and I can understand it's not everyone's liking, but the legendary Return of the Jedi. Then we've got War Games. Then we've got another James Bond, but produced by another company, but it's Never Say Never Again with Sean Connery. Then we got A Christmas Story, which is a great film. Then we got Jaws 3. Then a film I remember watching when I was little, Superman 3. Then we got Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy in the film. Then we got National Lampoon's Vacation. Then a very controversial film, Twilight Zone, the movie. And the reason being because of all the shenanigans what went on behind the scenes and on the scenes, but it affected Steven Spielberg and John Landis a lot. It got him in a lot of hot water as well. But anyhow, back to the film. So we've got Flashdance, The Outsiders, which I think's got an early Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe, etc. Local Hero with a great soundtrack by Dire Straits. Terms of Endearment. Then we got a couple of horror films which are worth checking out, iconic. Christine. Then we got Cujo, Videodrome, The Dead Zone with Christopher Walken. Then we got The Wind in the Willows and Risky Business. But in terms of albums, there are some memorable. So let's start with this classic Iron Maiden album, Famous for the Trooper, which is one of their big songs which I still play to this day. It's a legendary piece of mind. But what an album it is, and great introduction to the band by Nico McBrain on drums on Where Eagles Dare. But an awesome album. Originally, the story goes to Timeland. They wanted to call it June, but Frank Herbert, who wrote the books, never heard of Iron Maiden, so they had to call it to Timeland. Anyhow, we've got the likes of Kill 'Em All, Metallica's debut album, Bark at the Moon by the legendary Ozzy Osbourne, Touched by Eurythmics, Madonna's self-titled album, Can't Slow Down by Lionel Richie, Illuminated by ZZ Top, Dio's first album, Holy Diver. Again, I can't speak highly of this album, absolute awesome from this particular year, 1983. War by U2, Synchronicity by The Police, Show No Mercy, Motley Crue, Let's Dance, David Bowie, Metal Health, Quiet Riot, Born Again with Black Sabbath with Ian Gillan on vocals, Power and the Glory by Saxon. Thunder and Lightning by Thin Lizzy and Pyromania by the Mighty Def Leppard. And again, another sad year though in terms of deaths. So, former James Bond for one-off appearance in Casino Royale from 1967. It's David Niven. And the guy who wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, which was later been a film, Tennessee Williams. The comedian Dick Emery. One half of the Carpenters, and a very sad death it was. Young when she died, it was Karen Carpenter. Then we got Muddy Walters. Billy Fury is around, I think, in the 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Then Robert Aldrich, who directed Whatever Happened to Baby Jane with Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. Again, a memorable film for all the wrong reasons. You know, between Joan Crawford and Bette Davis. However, births are a lot more positive. So the first mention, I think Jan mentioned, I'm going actually now a couple, but the main mention of a legendary Blue Tube member of the community, good old Jamie Powell, who was born in this particular year. Anyhow, so we've got the likes of Emily Blunt, Superman himself, Henry Cavill, Andrew Garfield. If you don't know, he played Spider-Man. I think he recently reappeared as him in forget what the latest Spider-Man film, the live action. But as I say there to my good friend Evander over at Slow Reviews, awesome Blue Tube member, as a huge Spider-Man fan. Anyhow, you had the likes of Chris Hemsworth, I believe Thor, the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie Mode herself, the Bella Twins, Mila Kunis was born this year, and the legendary Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver, also born in 1983. However, TV shows are legendary, iconic moments. So, The Adventures of Portland Bill came out this year. Auf Wiedersehen Pet, with Jimmy Nail, who's from Newcastle, where another great Blue Tube member of the community, Geordie Paul himself, Paul Robinson. He deserves a shout out as well. Blackadder with Blackadder I thought came out earlier, but now came out in 1983. And another great huge Blue Tube member, I think mentioned this in his top 10 ranking of comedy. It's my good friend Hale from Big Screen, Small Screen Reviews. Absolute legend in the making. And of course, the biggest quiz at the time. All I gotta say is, can I have B, Bob? And whenever you say that, it means it's blockbusters. So you had Breakfast Time, which was on BBC One's Like Breakfast show. Then you had the ITV equivalent, Good Morning Britain. Then you had Don't Wait Up, Henry's Cat was also on the screens. And ITV, which was children's ITV then, made its debut. They had Just Good Friends, The Moomins, Super Ted, Terrorhawks, and if I remember as a little baby, Zelda, like many others, used to scare me off. I'd always hide behind the settee because I was terrified. Anyhow, over in the States, I had this legendary TV show air for the first time. Here's B.A. Baracus. That's very true. I ain't getting on no plane for war. Then he had another legendary icon for the kids worldwide. He-Man and the Masters in the Universe. Of course, without the legendary Skeletor and He-Man. And Teela. I think his name's Urko, I think. Then you had the Bill and the iconic. Still to this day, I can't watch it. Scares me. Still to this day, whenever it's on, I have to turn it off or hide. It's the legendary Michael Jackson's Thriller music video. I believe it aired on Channel 4. The latter year of 1983. But anyhow, back to the sports. So FA Cup, Everton won the FA Cup this year. Manchester United won the Charity Shield, and Liverpool won the League Cup. Now, in terms of tennis, you had the likes of John McEnroe winning Wimbledon for the men's, Martina Navratilova for the women's Wimbledon, and in racing, Nelson Piquet won the Formula 1. But that's a quick look at 1983. Before I go, what are your great moments in 1983? Whether you bought any of the albums, whether you remember watching Michael Jackson's Thriller, Terrorhawks, what have you. Please leave in the comments what is some of your great moments in 1983. And yeah, please like, share and subscribe to the guys I'm gonna mention. Slay Reviews, Jamie Powell, Big Screen, Small Screen Reviews, and Geordie Paul. That could do with some subs. They are amazing Bluetooth members of an extended family. And also, please like, share and subscribe to Mansell Media Corner. But that's it. Any like I say, any other film releases what I haven't missed off, please leave in the comments. So anyhow, that's it. Like I said, please like, share and subscribe to Mansell Media, and goodbye for now, my friends. Thank you.